Guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, sports venues, sports events. Now, if you're in a large city, there is a big chance that you have multiple venues because there are multiple sports teams playing in your city or that represent your city. Now, let's take Los Angeles, where I am, for example, which will give you a good idea where I'm going with this story. Here we have the Dodger Stadium, the Rose Bowl, Staples Center, from baseball to basketball to football, everything goes on here. Same applies for big cities like Houston, New York, Chicago, etc. Now, if you are a driver, and this truly goes for every single category, X, XL, Select, Black, SUV, Lyft Regular, Lyft Plus, Lyft Premier, everyone capitalizes on big sports events, okay? Because when you study the website, like for example, if I go onto the Staples Arena website and I look at their schedule, I can see when the games are on. So let's say there's a live basketball going. I know when that ends. Just statistically, I know when it ends. Now, if they have an overtime and the game, or a double overtime, obviously the game goes longer, but I am monitoring it on my screen, so I know when they want to come out. Now, here's the big tip that I have. The reason why I show up at sports events with two phones, okay, here's why. The same goes for concerts, big events, big crowds, right? Now, this is the way I do it. Doesn't mean it's the way you have to do it. When that event, that sports event, that Dodger Stadium event comes out, people start trickling out. On the passenger app, the rider app, I am watching on both sides, I'm watching the surges. They're climbing, because more and more people are now clicking, demanding, and the price is driven up. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't keep my app, my driver apps open just as it ends. I wait. I want to be locked in and catch the biggest fish. I want the blue marlin or the great white, okay? Not necessarily the 55-pound tuna fish, right? I want the big ones. So I wait and I see it go up and up and up. And statistically, I know when to lock them in at the highest surge rate. That means I suddenly cast two phones, Lyft and Uber, or let's say just Uber, and I will immediately get someone in the highest surge, okay? It's a big difference if I caught him at 1.5 surge or at 3 or 2.5, making way more money. And I show that to my drivers, and my drivers do the same thing, and they know exactly how to time it. We know what the highest surges are at Staples Center. We know what the highest surges are after a Rose Bowl or after a Dodger Stadium event, and we know when to switch on the phones. So that's pretty much it, If you are in Phoenix, Arizona, and there's a big game going on with the Cardinals, the people are coming out, watch the surge climb. Watch it climb, hit the peak of the mountain, switch it on, lock them in, drive. I will guarantee you will make way more money. You're at the same venue with all these other drivers, but for some reason, because you're working smart, you're making more money. Thank you and have a great day. And by the way, anybody that wants top-notch training or mentoring, please, I have a link underneath. You get a fantastic driver bonus, the same bonus as you would get from any of the other drivers. There's no differences. There's no difference between drivers. We all give you the same universal bonus. The difference between me and many of the other people is that you're going to get top-notch training. I will assure you that I have referred hundreds and hundreds of drivers, and I have a few thousand training hours under my belt. So I will teach you everything from guiding you through the sign-up process to taking your first trip, letting you know how to deal with drop-offs, etc. We'll cover everything. Okay, I'm excited to help you. Reach out and have an amazing day. Drive safe.